guys, my name is Shania and this is my new channel, and I've been brainstorming about this for the longest. Like, I was supposed to have a YouTube channel like 4 months ago, but excuse the broken nail, y'all. But yeah, I was supposed to have a channel, but I was just going through a lot of stuff and I didn't have time to do it. So now I'm finally making my channel, and my first video is going to be the hot topic, what everybody wants to know. How did I get pregnant at 16 years old? Because, you know, I was this little cute girl on Instagram. A lot of people followed me, and then boom, I just popped up pregnant. So I know a lot of y'all are really wanting to know this video, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And I'm going to be really, well, not really detailed, but it's a lot of details, and it's going to be a pretty long video. So just tune in, okay? So, okay, it is summer 2018. Summer 2018, correct. And you know, just living a freaking stupid teenage life. All teenagers are stupid at one point. Yes, we are. So I'm living a regular stupid teenage life, you know, doing stuff I'm not supposed to be doing. I know. And yeah, so I'm living the life, and one day I'm just noticing I'm having these really bad back pains. I'm walking in the mall with my friend Ariana. Hey Ari girl, I love you, boo. So I'm walking in the store with my friend Ari, not the store, the mall. And as I'm walking, I'm like, I'm feeling really bad sharp pains in my back. Like, what the fuck is going on? Excuse my language. So we're at the mall, and right across the street from the mall is like a Family Dollar. And you know, Family Dollar sells pregnancy tests and whatever. So we go across the street, get in the car, go across the street to Family Dollar, pick up a pregnancy test. We picked up 2. So we head back to Tiara's house after we came from Family Dollar. So we head back to her house. I go inside the bathroom. I'm like, y'all, I'm about to take it. So I go inside the bathroom, and in like split seconds, like as soon as I peed on the stick, it popped up 2 lines. So I looked at the instructions, I read the instructions to see what 2 lines meant, and it said pregnant. So I went out the bathroom, I told Tiara and Ari, and like I just started busting out crying, because like I couldn't really believe, like, me, I'm pregnant. Like, I thought I would have been the person that got pregnant at like 35, the person that had kids late, but it didn't go that way. And the whole time this is happening, I'm like, yo, how am I gonna tell my mother? How am I gonna tell my mother that I'm pregnant? Because my mother, she is strict. She yells a lot, she cuss a lot, she uses her hands, and I'm like, how am I gonna tell my mother? Like, really? Like, I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared. And Tiara already know how my mother is, so she thinking for me, like, girl. So I found out, and you know, some days go by. I'm out with Ari. I'm out with Ari, and my mother, she called my phone, and she like, I found a pregnancy test box under the bed. So are you pregnant? And I'm like, Ari, I'm about to tell her. Like, this is my moment to tell her right now. Like, I might as well not even hide it. Like, this is my perfect opportunity to tell her. And she like, Ari, like, no, don't tell her. You know, your summer is going to be over. You're going to have to stay in the house for the rest of the summer. So I'm like, I'm not going to tell her. So I'm like, no, that was my friend's. And, yeah, that was my friend box. I'm not pregnant. So she just like, okay, she hangs up the phone. So one day, me and her in the car, driving on the way to get my nails done, and she asked me again. She was like, so are you pregnant? And I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. Like, still just lying about it. Like, and in my head, I'm like, what are you lying about it for? Like, go ahead and tell her. Like, this is your opportunity. Again, you got another opportunity to tell her. So why are you just not telling her? So I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. What you talking about? I'm not pregnant. So there I go lying again. We just continue on with our little trip to the nail shop, and boom. So fast forward, some really bad stuff happened, and like, my mind was just in a state where I couldn't be there no more. I couldn't live with my mother no more because of what had happened to me. So I ended up like just going crazy, just going wild and breaking stuff. So then my mother then sent me to go live with my uncle in Houston. A lot of y'all know I went from Dallas to Houston, but people don't know the real specific reason why I moved to Houston. And it was because I was going through a lot of stuff with my mother. Her husband did some stuff to me that wasn't supposed to be done, and I just couldn't stay there no more because it was messing with my head. So I ended up moving to Houston. So from Houston, one day, oh yeah, mind you, my mother, she kept my phone, so I didn't have no phone. I was there just with nothing. Like, I really went through a hard time that nobody knows about. So I didn't have no phone. So one day, my mother, she called my uncle, and she like, I seen the messages in Shania phone, asked her, is she pregnant? So I'm like, yeah, I'm pregnant. Y'all, it's so crazy because like, I felt like I was disappointing everybody. Like, me and my family, like me and my mother's side, we used to be like close, like, and like I'm just like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And it was just like hard for me to say that, but I finally said it. So then she knew, he knew. He was like, my uncle was like, who is it? Who is the father by? And I'm like, I told him the name, blah blah blah. He stay in Dallas, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, get your shoes on right now. Get your shoes on right now. We about to drive down there right now. And I'm like, drive down there? I ain't say that, but I'm like, we about to drive down there. What we gotta drive down there for? So he was just getting all hyped up and stuff. And so he finally sat down, and it was just crazy. Like, y'all, as a teenager, it is really, really hard to just come out and say you pregnant to your family, to your mother, to your father, because like, you know, it just feels like a disappointment on everybody. And I didn't want to feel like a disappointment to nobody, because I knew like I had a lot going for myself, you know, like I don't want to seem like just like another teenager that just got pregnant, but I was. And unfortunately, it happened. It happens to a lot of girls. So I was really, really sad and depressed for a while, and I seen that everybody was disappointed in me, and it was just hard for me. And everybody was calling me. One of my uncles called me talking about, you better get an abortion, you better get an abortion. And like, it just in my head, I'm thinking, no, I'm not getting an abortion. Can't nobody force me to get an abortion. I know what I did, so it's my responsibility. Like, I could take care of my mistake that I made, not like others. I'm not just gonna throw it away and just forget about it. So the whole time he on the phone talking about, you better get an abortion, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck ever. Well, in my head, I ain't say that out loud. I'm just like, whatever, you know. And just a whole bunch of people was just calling me, telling me like, you know, you gonna be okay. And some was telling me you need to get an abortion, this, da da da. It was just a lot. And to have a lot of people coming at you, it's a lot to take. And I was going through way more than I'm explaining, and it was just a lot for me. Like, I was just going through a lot at the time. So everybody found that I was pregnant, and then my mother, she all of a sudden talking about, oh, I don't want Shania staying with her uncle. So I ended up having to move with my grandmother, because my grandmother was in Houston. And she was just like, my mother was just like, when your grandmother go back to North Carolina, you got to go with her. You got to move with her. So that's how I ended up in North Carolina. And I had my son in North Carolina. And too bad he's not here with me, because I would like to show him on camera, but he's not here. So yeah, but that's the story. And it was a pretty long, boring story. But yeah, it's just like, it's a lot. And a lot of young teenagers go through it, and they're probably wondering like, what was your experience? How did you tell your mother? Honestly, I never told my mother. My mother found out over a text message on my phone, because she was going through my phone. That's how she found out. And I was kind of glad she found out that way, because I was too afraid to tell her. Like, my mother, she crazy, and I was just too afraid to tell her. So that's how she found out. But yeah, I ended up having my baby. My baby was gonna be due in March, but I had him in January 22nd, to be exact. I love my baby boy so much, you know. Like, mistakes, you learn from them. And my son, I could say that's the best thing that have ever happened to me. Like, I went through a lot, and it's like, as soon as I had him, I felt automatic happiness. Like, nothing that I've been through mattered no more. So yes, I want to thank God for my son all day, every day. That is my story, and I'm gonna be having a lot more. I'm gonna try to upload a video twice a week. Just like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be having some more videos this week. I'm gonna do a Q&A as my next video, so y'all just tune in, and thanks for watching. Oh yeah, check out the hair, y'all. My hair is growing back. Okay.